right, good morning, class. Welcome back. I was going through your knowledge reviews in chapter 2, and you guys did a really good job, but I noticed there was a question you missed, and that was question number 4 about overexertion. Before we get into that, has either of you guys ever played any sports?
Yeah, played soccer.
Yeah, I played rugby.
Okay, cool. And you guys ever play a full match?
Of course.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
Hope so.
How'd you feel by the end of the match?
Tired. Exhausted.
Exhausted, right? First half, maybe you felt okay, right? First half, so you're still fresh. After halftime, your body relaxes a little bit. You come into the second half, you get out on the pitch, and how you feeling then?
Good.
Still pretty tired though, even though you had the break, right?
A little rest.
So what are some of the things you did in the match to kind of catch your breath or give yourself a chance to rest?
For me, it would be trying to manage my energy a little bit more conservative. So like not running to every spot, not running to my position, walk a little bit, when there was a minute to have a breath. And
Sure, not sprinting to every spot, conserving your energy and being mindful of when you use your energy, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Breathe slow. Just kind of put your hand, open up the airway.
Breathe slow, right? Ball goes out of bounds, give you a quick chance to take a breath while the play gets restarted. Exactly. Same thing can happen in diving, guys. If we get overexerted, we need to use some techniques to keep ourselves calm, relaxed, catch our breath, so it doesn't lead to unnecessary stress. Okay. Tomorrow, when we go do open water dive 3 at Black Hills off the east coast of the island, it's possible that there'll be a mild current there, and we might have to swim into a current. So we need to keep these concepts in mind so that we can avoid this situation. Okay. If you guys just open your books to page 114, take some notes while I'm going through the question, and follow along. If you have any questions, just speak up. Okay? So here's our question here. During a dive, my buddy and I have to swim hard because of an unexpected current. If I were to begin to feel fatigued, have labored breathing, experience a feeling of suffocation or air starvation, and perhaps feel like I may panic, I should first answer, signal up and head to the surface, switch to an alternate air source, or stop all activity, signal my buddy, and rest. Let's watch the short video, see what we can.
Overexertion usually results from prolonged exertion, like fighting a current, so you can start breathing faster than your regulator can deliver air. It can be frightening and may cause panic. Signs and symptoms include fatigue, labored breathing, feeling suffocated or air-starved, weakness, anxiety, headache, muscle cramping, and a tendency to panic. You help prevent overexertion by breathing slowly and deeply. If your breathing starts to rise, slow down. If you start to feel overexerted, stop all activity, signal your buddy, and rest.
All right, so going through the answers, now we see the video. Drew, do you think to signal up and head to the surface is a good choice?
No.
How come?
Well, because you're not supposed to end the dive. You just, like they were talking about, just rest.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not-
leave the group. Don't.
It's not quite necessary to end the dive yet, right? What about switch to an alternate air source, Luke?
I don't think that's going to work just because it's still the same tank, still the same conditions.
Yeah, you're not out of air or anything like that, so we don't need to make that choice just yet. What do you think about stop all activity, signal my buddy, and rest?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right? Sounds like a good choice. Always good to communicate with our buddy, let them know how we're feeling, and they can help you in case anything starts to go awry. All right, like I mentioned, tomorrow when we go to Open Water Dive 3 at Black Hills, it's possible that we have a current, mild current coming across the seamount. So when we're on one side of the mountain swimming with the current, we should be fine. But we're not going to drift off the dive site, so we're going to have to curl around and go to the other side of the mound, in which case we will be swimming into the current. Okay? So keep these concepts in mind. We want to make sure that we do a few things to help us with this. One of the things we can do is stop and hold on to something or rest on the bottom. We can signal our buddy and rest to regain breathing control. And avoid overexertion in general by pacing yourself and taking slow, deep breaths. So that's what we want to do tomorrow at Black Hills, is avoid this whole situation. But we know now that if we do feel a little overexerted, we can grab onto non-living rock or something like that and catch our breath. Another way you can learn some really interesting stuff about currents and dealing with them is by taking the PADI drift diving specialty. If you look here on the PADI app, it can show you some of the options or some of the things that you can do on the course, all the different options of specialties, but in this case I recommend the drift diving specialty, which will teach you more about currents and how to deal with currents and deal with not being stressed in those currents. Okay, so you can have a look on the PADI app there about that course. Talk to me after class if you're interested in signing up. Also, If you're worried about air consumption and you're breathing heavy, you can get really nice dive computers now, like this Shearwater dive computer of mine. I have a transmitter, so it has air integration. So what this computer does is it actually tracks the amount that I'm breathing, and it tells me how long my air is going to last me. So if I did start to breathing heavy, it's a nice reassurance to have your computer tell you that at your current breathing rate, your air would last you 45 minutes or whatever it may be. So that's really nice. I highly recommend you get yourself one of those with the air integration. I'll pass that around for you guys to look at. Any questions?
No.
Cool. So what did we talk about today? We talked about overexertion. All right. And now we know that during a dive, my buddy and I have to swim hard because of an unexpected current. If I were to begin to feel fatigued, have labored breathing, experience a feeling of suffocation or air starvation, and perhaps feel like I might panic, I should, bottom answer, stop all activity, signal my buddy, and rest. So if tomorrow at Black Hills on Open Water Dive 3, you're feeling a little fatigued, signal your buddy, find a rock to grab onto, and you can rest if there's a mild current there that we're swimming with tomorrow, okay? And like I said, if you want to learn more about currents and how to handle yourself in them, the drift diving specialty that PADI offers is a really fantastic course. And get yourself an air integrated dive computer that will give you a calculation on how much your air supply will last at your current breathing rate. If you do start to breathe a little bit heavier, it's always nice to see that information and know that your air is going to last you longer than you need. All right, thank you guys for your attention. Let's move on to the next question.